Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Come on, step outside the box. Step outside the box. Appreciate everybody joining us today. Joining the studio by the consistent, the dependable, the Swiss Army knife, the editor, the the head honcho, uh, Swiss Army. I've got too many names for him, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Blacksmith 24/7 here with me. Give him a round of applause. We appreciate you, man. This is Outside the Box from Mike Terry, man. This is something a little. This is a little. What do they call it? It's not a side project, a passion project, right? So I love video games. You know what I mean? I don't play them as much as I used to, but there's certain things that I like. You know what I mean? Like I like wrestling. I think we've covered that by now if you've been following along. And you know what I mean? There's wrestling video games that I like. There's a mode that I like called the GM mode, right? So it's a mode that I don't know. I've been playing since I guess since they had it in the series, and then recently they brought it back. We'll get into that. But main thing today is just I have some ideas for this mode. This isn't a wish list for the entire game, but this is mainly just for this specific mode that I enjoy so much that I feel like maybe they haven't been told this. The people who create the games, maybe they haven't been nobody suggested these ideas to them. So hey, maybe this is my way. This is my way of just getting it out there. You know what I mean? Just getting it out there. Before we go any further, make sure you remember. I was just trying to find an excuse to say this is C2C. C2C stands for city to city, county to county, coast to coast. So everybody can get a chance to watch this. Appreciate you guys, man. I'm excited. This is basically a GM mode wish list that I feel like nobody's talking about for WWE 2K24. So the new game's coming out. It's WrestleMania season. Royal Rumble just took place. I'm sure everybody's excited. They got trailers. They're releasing trailers and stuff like that. More information about the game is coming out. So this is just my way of getting it out. I appreciate the fact that the mode is back. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at one of those. Let's take a look at the cover of WWE 2K24. So this is not the first cover as far as like the main game cover, but this is the one I'm gonna get, and this is one that I think it looks the best. As you see, it has the 40 years of WrestleMania right there. You got all the legends: Austin, Rock, Andre, Hogan. You know what I mean? Everybody's on there. Even some newer people: Charlotte, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Roman. You got the best of all. The best of all. You know what I mean? I'm excited for this game, man. And then we're gonna show you the other covers real quick. So these, once again, is the main cover to I believe it's gonna be your far left. And in the middle, you'll see the deluxe edition, which has Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And then to your right, it'll be Cody Rhodes, which is like the basic game cover. So it's pretty dope. I think they use AI technology for the 40 years of WrestleMania cover, and then I believe the other ones are just photos and stuff like that. But I like the artwork. I think it's pretty dope. And we haven't seen this mode, this general manager mode. Recently, it came back into 2K22, but we haven't seen this mode since this video game right here, SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. This is the last time we saw this mode inside the game. And I felt like this is when they kind of struck gold. 2006 was, just trying it out. 2007 was, working on it. But I feel like this is when they hit all cylinders. You know what I mean? There was so much you could do. You know what I mean? I don't think it was necessarily unnecessary, but I spent summers playing this junk when I could, man. Summers. I just wanted to say as we move forward, embrace the things that make you special. You know what I mean? Make you unique. I've had to understand and accept that this is it's probably an elite rare group of people who actually like this. not only the game, but like this mode specifically. I've heard a lot of basically like on 2K. I know they had a poll for like game modes or game match types that people wanted to see return, and GM mode was at the top of it. So I'm grateful to know that I'm not alone. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, my brother got a little ashamed. Got a little. I'm a little embarrassed to say. I was feeling a little embarrassed. I'm like, damn, maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I should just go ahead and put it on my own YouTube channel and just hide it over here. But you know what? Fuck it. This C2C. You know what I mean? This city to city, county to county, coast to coast. You know what I mean? Why not, man? I'm not the only one. Everybody else is buying these games. You know what I mean? Hundreds and thousands of people are filling up stadiums or wrestling arenas. I'm not the only one who likes it. Damn, I'm like, damn, I got a little down, man. But you know what? Let's just get into it. I'm gonna stop hyping it up. I had a whole little spiel that I was gonna get into. But I think generally sometimes people do look down on people who like video games, but at the same time, bro, it brings you joy. You know what I mean? You ain't out here killing people or beating people up or whatever. As far as there's worse things in the world you could be doing. You know what I mean? There's all right, now the spiel don't work. I done practiced it and all that, but basically, man, do what brings you joy. Do what brings you joy. All right, let's get into it. All right, so first photo we're gonna show you. It's not a immediate depiction of what I wanted. So you know how when you have the general manager mode and you go to superstars, there's a box, the square you can hit, and it says superstar information. When you click on that, you can see like the morale, you can see the popularity, the stamina, etc. I think they could have that for general managers, for rival general managers. You could see the morale and say if they're happy with you, if you got good rapport with them, it could impact their trade. You know what I mean? The likelihood that they'll have a trade with you, that they'll be willing to have a fair trade with you. And if you have like, say if they're angry with you, y'all been just, you know what I mean, going back and forth or whatever, it would make it harder for you to trade. You know what I mean? Harder. Maybe you have to give up bigger stars, or maybe you have to, I would like them to implement this aspect is maybe you would offer some money also. If not that, draft picks. You know what I mean? So, WWE has a draft. I think, and they, I've heard WWE say, or, Vince McMahon say, hey, we're competing with sports like the NFL and stuff like that. Well, sometimes they trade players and they trade draft picks. I feel like that'd be something different, something new. And although it doesn't happen on TV, it's still a video game. So we all understand none of this shit is 100% real and doesn't have an impact on real life. But once again, it brings you joy. So, we're going to show you a picture real quick. It'd be dope if you could smack talk general managers. You know what I mean? I know that they have that option where, say you have a successful show, somebody gives you a compliment, you can say something positive, you can say something disrespectful. But I'd like to be able to actually go back and forth and maybe have 5 different options of something I can say. Honestly, it'd be cool if I could type some stuff in and it register. Like we got technology is advanced past what it used to be. So it'd be cool if I could type some stuff in. Of course, maybe I can't curse. I get it. But they could actually have an AI response to it, I think. But we're going to show you a picture right now. Back then, people, you used to be able to send somebody over. You know what I mean? If another GM was getting on your nerves, they kept, I'm saying hypothetically, if you mesh both, you can get a GM so mad that they'll send somebody over and they'll fuck up your main event. Tear that whole thing up. You know what I mean? They'll send one of their best over and you'll have security freaking hip toss them out of the arena. But I think this young could be dope, man. You know what I mean? GM morale, once again, it could help impact the positivity, the success of a trade. You know what I mean? It'll make it easier or it could make it harder. You know what I mean? You could have to give up draft picks for the future, whether it's like second round picks or whatever. You could be able to smack talk GMs or maybe you're doing like a 4, not a 4, yeah. it's like a 4-show GM mode, right? Where you got 4 different shows competing against each other. Maybe you could just be giving encouragement to other GMs or something like that. Maybe this one's not doing as good, and you could go ahead and click on them and say, hey man, try this, or hey man, I see you grinding. You ain't finding the recipe yet, but keep plugging away. I think you'll be successful. You know what I mean? There's ways to build that good rapport. You know what I mean? Or just congratulating somebody manually on having a good show. I think that'd be dope. All right, moving to the next thing. Of course, more customization. I think that'd be dope. I've heard some people suggest, more customization, and that's cool. But I do think I have something new. But of course, yes, custom championships. I think that'd be cool. As well as here's a second idea. Bring back championship prestige. We're gonna show you a picture right now. So as we see, there's SmackDown, there's Raw, and of course there's gonna be other brands. But say you right here, if you got good rapport, you can do a trade for trade. You know what I mean? Equal level talent. But if you got bad rapport with somebody, maybe you need to add 2 people, or maybe you need to add a second person and then add some draft capital. You know what I mean? Or draft capital, stuff like that. That could be fun. We're gonna move on to another photo. So this one right here isn't the best photo that I could find, but this was custom championship. Now, they used to have a thing where you could make a custom championship actually prestigious, where it would be based off of title defenses, stuff like that. I couldn't necessarily, I only have memories of it. Once again, I couldn't find a better photo. But, once again, got new technology. We got new understanding of video games. I think they could make it to where it's a little more logical as far as how you advance the prestige of a championship. The beauty of it, how many successful title defenses you have, maybe in the calendar year, as well as how long the reigns are of the people who hold it. Maybe you could say up to like 2 years. Maybe it takes maximum 2 years to get it to five stars. But I understand that the generation that I'm in right now, that I hear, based off what I hear, people are a little more impatient. So maybe you just microwave it to 1 year. Championship prestige. Also, try this. They could have upgrade championships, right? You can upgrade. So right now, I like the Intercontinental Championship that they have, the model that they have. I do think it'd be cool if they put a little bit more color into it, as far as a little more blue and stuff like that. A little more blue into it. However, if I create a championship, I don't want to have to literally start from scratch. Like, I understand in universe mode, they have like a new feature where they'll actually, they'll keep record of a title change, of how long the new champion's been holding it, how many days, how many times, and that's awesome. But I think you could be able to create a championship, and then maybe there's a column and you can select copy history. So you can copy the history of the Intercontinental Championship, and now you've changed the design, but you still have the history of the Intercontinental Championship. I think that'd be freaking dope, as well as custom pay-per-views. You know what I mean? Let's bring back that calendar that we used to have in 2008, let alone 2007. And not only should I be able to create like my own show that I want, you know what I mean? If I want to create something from scratch, WWE Mayhem, you know what I mean? Monday Night Mayhem or whatever, and then have custom pay-per-views. I would like to have that freedom to do that, I always felt like, even before they brought it back, I said to myself, at least at the time, now I can say it, I was like, I think the perfect formula would be if they took SmackDown versus Raw 2008, the GM mode in that, and they take the universe mode and like WWE 2K19, and they just meshed it together and had a happy medium, and then you just sprinkle a little bit of new stuff in there. I thought that'd be a great mix. All right, moving on to something else. Cutscenes. I think it'd be cool to have cutscenes. Now, it doesn't have to be like the universe mode. You could have it cutscenes for certain moments. Cutscenes for the draft. They used to have the little podium way back then. You know what I mean? What was it? SmackDown, I think. Shut Your Mouth. It was in the season mode where Vince and Ric Flair, they were drafting people and stuff like that. It was a part of the season. You could bring that back because, as you see, they still have it now. And once again, like other games, they don't, let's try something new. Let's try something new. So they could have cutscenes for the draft. The general manager you select, whether he's created or whatever. Maybe the real people will have like the actual voiceovers or whatever. So the person will come up to the podium. They'll announce who you selected. They could keep that little screen that they got now, and then it transfers into this cutscene. What person walks up, says the name, and then the character comes out, and maybe they hold up the Raw or SmackDown shirt like they do in the NBA. This might be far-fetched, but fuck it, I'm out here. I'm outside with it. All right. Let's see. Also, you can have cutscenes for rivalry matches. Once again, it doesn't have to be every week. You can have cutscenes for, maybe certain. I'm thinking, I don't know. Like it'd be cool if you could have it maybe at least once every 2 weeks, or even if it's just at the pay-per-views. You know what I mean? Maybe there's cutscenes because usually they do a first installment on one game as far as when they implement something new, and then they'll perfect it in the next game. So maybe you only have cutscenes for the conclusions of rivalries in GM mode. You know what I mean? I think that'd be dope. Also, for the GM of the Year ceremony. You know what I mean? If I win it, I'd like to see a cutscene where my GM, walks out to the ring and gets an award or something like that. I think it'd be dope. You can make it a part of the Slammies. I don't know. I think these things would be cool. All right, moving forward, season length, right? So season length, right now they have, in 2K22, they had 55 weeks, right? And I think it was 55, 30. No, it was 15, 30, and I think 55 weeks. They could bring the options back, right? Because in SmackDown versus Raw 2008, it was just continuous. You know what I mean? It was called WWE 24/7 mode or something like that. So what they could do now is, once again, have a meshing of the two and have the option for 15, or, maybe if you want to just try something out, 15 week, you can choose that option, or 25 weeks, or 55, or you could choose continuous. You know what I mean? Where you just got a general manager and you just go for his whole career, however long you want it. I think something new they can implement with this is general manager promotion. Recently, we saw Adam Pearce. He got promoted. He was running SmackDown and Raw, but now he got promoted because they found somebody to run SmackDown. He got promoted to exclusively running the Raw. So I think that, once again, it happened on TV. Maybe it could happen in the game. You know what I mean? So they choose that option. So maybe you could have it set up to where, and it'll be like in the options or the settings, where you can choose to have it happen after one successful year or after 3. So if you had like 3 successful years, you can say, all right, man, I've been, you won the General Manager Year of the Award. Let me slow down. General Manager of the Year Award, maybe 2 seasons out of 3, and they come to you and they say, hey, you've been running SmackDown well. You have the opportunity for a promotion. Would you like to take your GM and put them on Raw now, or go to another brand and try something else, or and then you have, I don't know, there's something different, something new. People like something new. I think that'd be a great idea. All right, so that's that. And then moving forward, more promos. You know what I mean? What do we all want? More promos. You know what I mean? More promo options, man. We're going to show you a photo that's going to bring you some memories right here. All right? Remember how in-depth they had different options. It wasn't just promos that they had. You know what I mean? You had promos during the shows, but throughout the week and the calendar, you could build your person up. Hey, bro. Oh, no. You could build your person up. So, like on a Tuesday, you ain't got a show. You could literally have your guy go be a movie star. This nigga was a villain, as you see. You could not go over, my bad. If you look over to the right, you see the guy at the podium. That was the promotion for promoting a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Let's bring that back. Give us back the classics, man. Give us back the classic stuff we like, man. So here are some promos that I think they could bring back regarding during the show, right? So tag team promos. You know what I mean? Tag team promos where they build their popularity, or also tag team call-outs. You know what I mean? That's going to be something new, as well as hyping up a tag team. You know what I mean? Whether it's a new tag team or an existing tag team. Also have a little package, you know what I mean? A little option where you could boost up the popularity of somebody returning from an injury. You know what I mean? Injury return promos. Also, once again, new superstar hype. You know what I mean? You can build up their popularity and anticipation. Have people, somebody that you just signed, but you ain't got a plan to have them have a match just yet. You get, give them a promo for that matter. All right. So here's something new. Main event hype, right? You can have a promo for main event hypes, right? So if you made, you know what I mean? You got the match card right there, and you go ahead and you make your main event, and the two promo slots, you can now choose to promote your main event. And this will boost the match rating or something like that. You know what I mean? You got a big main event. That's something, once again, that happens. And when you're watching the TV, why not have it happen in the games, man? I think that'd be dope. As well as pay-per-view match hype. You know what I mean? If, we got the calendar, this is, once again, something new. Have us be able to go to the pay-per-view and make a match or make the main event of the match, and then go back to the match card and actually be able to promote it, and then that builds, that increases the likelihood that it's going to be a 5-star match rating or something like that, all right. So another promo that we've been seeing since the beginning of time, contract signings. You know what I mean? We see it all the time. Why not have a promo where you can have a contract signing to increase the level of a rivalry? You know what I mean? Or maybe it's at level 4 already, but you have a contract signing, and that's the way to keep it fresh. You know what I mean? Without it going stale. I think that'd be dope. Yeah. All right. So I said that part. And yeah, there's opportunities in these promos for you to boost your popularity, your morale, or stamina. You know what I mean? So those would be the effects. All right. So moving forward, we're going to show you another photo right here. What is this photo about? It's about the pay-per-views that I feel like they've missed out. We're going to show you right here. So pay-per-views that are in the general manager mode to a degree, or we're in 22 and kind of they sprinkled them in 23, that they could bring back to the general manager mode. But more importantly, I like them to have the match types of these pay-per-views are the Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, Money in the Bank, Elimination Chamber, and near and dear to my heart, you see it right there in the middle, King and Queen of the Ring. You know what I mean? Bring back the King of the Ring tournament. It's if they ain't gonna make it mean anything on TV, at least give it to the players, give it to the gamers, and help us to do something with it. I think that'd be freaking dope. Let's see. Royal Rumble. I feel like they may have that this year. So I mean, but I think that'd be dope. Having the Royal Rumble match as part of general manager mode, you go ahead and if it's 2 brands, you know what I mean? Everybody, each brand, you choose 15 people you're going to submit for the men and women's Royal Rumble. Because they got 4 brands. So 4 brands, I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know if you all going to submit 8 people, or maybe that's when they'll have the 40-person Royal Rumble. Maybe they bring back that option and everybody submits 10 people. But I know that's how it will work if you have 3 brands that you're going up against. Everybody gives 3 people. So also Survivor Series, right? So maybe, they have the War Games match as well as the 5-on-5 match. You know what I mean? Available for the pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Or just 2 War Games matches. And, that could be based off success, right? The more successful brand at the time can choose if they're going to have their rivalry in the War Games match. So whether it be 2 tag team rivalries or whether it be a faction rivalry, you know what I mean? Which is also something that I'd like to see them bring back, is actually having factions in my gym. I know that right there might be a little far-fetched, but hey, I got to give these ideas to somebody. You know what I mean? I think that'd be freaking dope. yeah, Money in the Bank. Bring back the Money in the Bank match, have it in the general manager mode, as well as the Elimination Chamber match. They had it back in 2008, SmackDown versus Raw 2008, so I think they can definitely put it in to the new game, as well as King of the Ring. That'll be completely different. You know what I mean? Maybe you can have it where they have the pay-per-view, of course, and you could choose to have qualifying matches. You know what I mean? Or I personally would like to see them have the King of the Ring tournament be a part of the whole show of the King of the Ring. Maybe you fit in one or two rivalry matches or something like that, title matches. But I would love to see them actually make that a thing now. You know what I mean? Because it's come on, man. I can't be the only one saying this. Man. All right, moving forward. Show intros. You know what I mean? You watch Raw, SmackDown, you'll see you'll see the little promo, the little early show intro. Sometimes not as recent as it used to be, but they'll actually have the video package where it shows everybody who's on the roster, and then it'll go into the show opening up with the fireworks and stuff. I think after you make your drafts, especially with the AI, you know what I mean? They got AI now, so I feel like that's the cheat code. They could have a video of everybody that you drafted, you know what I mean, as a part of the show intro. So, you know what I mean? It's a little custom AI, everybody that you draft, and then boom, the show opens up, fireworks, and then you go on with your show. I think that'll be dope. You ain't losing nothing by having that. You could choose to have it as an option. You go to the settings, you turn it on and off. It's up to you. But you know what I mean, give us the opportunity to have it. You know what I mean? Moving forward. Now, something that's in general manager mode, but it is not effective. All right? Hometowns. Right? You get the message all the time of somebody saying, hey, we're in Chicago. That's my hometown. I'd like to perform. Make sure I'm on the card tonight. Right? And then you do that, and it only makes them happy. But when you go to the match card, when you go to the match report, rather, and you look at the effects, the popularity, etc., you can see that hometown is never lit up. So, you know what I mean? Why not go ahead, fix that, tweak it, whatever. Have that be 5 stars, like an automatic 5 stars if you have somebody performing in their hometown. You know what I mean? Why not 2.5? Because the likelihood of you having 2 people on one roster that are from the same hometown fighting each other are way too rare. So, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and have that be a thing. All right, so moving forward, we're going to show you another photo that's going to bring you back some memories. We're going to show you right here, all right, the rivalry system. This is how the rivalry system used to be. Now, I'm reasonable. You know what I mean? There's some people, I like the new rivalry system, but I like this one better. This one has storylines. It has a rivalry length, and you have fan reaction. You got feedback. You know what I mean? The new one is simply just, you do it and you find out. You can do some call-out promos that can start a rivalry. You can do a run-in that can start a rivalry, or as well as, you can do matches that'll start a rivalry. That you can put that on the easy mode. You know what I mean? People who got the training wheels on, give that to them. But give the option for that style of rivalry system or this style of rivalry system to people who are doing the normal difficulty or the hard difficulty. You know what I mean? I think this junk will be dope, man. And now I've in my past I've run the risk of having the rivalry last way too long, because I know in 2008 you used to be able to have a rivalry if you wanted go from 1 month to damn near 6 months. You know what I mean? Which is way too long. I never was able to actually have a rivalry stay at three thumbs up for the whole 6 months. At sometime it wouldn't work out. So I'm just saying, they could have it be a max of 3 months. I think that'd be dope. And yeah, let me make sure. Okay, yeah, I'm getting to that. So rivalry system. I don't know. It just made the game better. You know what I mean? Having the storylines, even though at that time you didn't have the cutscenes. I think the storylines as well as the cutscenes, it would make the game better. It'd make, it's already damn near addicting the way it is right now. But I think with these additions, it'll make it'll take it to the next level, and I think it'll bring more people in, more people who like it, more people who are interested. I think it would attract more gamers. All right, moving on. So managers, you know what I mean? Allow us to draft draft managers. You know what I mean? Whether it's individually, that's cool. But say I go ahead and I select Roman Reigns for my first pick. Right after I select them, it'd be cool if a screen popped up and say, "Hey, for an extra $10,000, you can draft Paul Heyman as his manager." You know what I mean? That'd be freaking awesome. And of course, not just limited, but all the managers you could have. And because in 2008 they had the option to have one-on-one, and both people had a manager or one person had a manager, etc. And that could be a way to extend the rivalry, keep it fresh. And once again, you like to see the entrance. You know what I mean? You like to see the entrance where they both come out and stuff like that. And he holds in the belt. Junk is dope, man. It's dope. I just don't want to feel limited. That's where I'm coming from. Let's see. Yeah. So once again, as well as having managers, I think I highlighted this recently. Factions. You know what I mean? You could have bring factions in the general manager mode. You know what I mean? Whether you got a faction based around like a manager, Paul Heyman. Maybe he left the bloodline and now he has you know what I mean, a tag team. He got two people as a tag team, and he has somebody as a middleweight and a heavyweight that is managing. Or you could just have, I don't know, I just think it'd be dope, man. You could have tag teams in general manager mode that you just kind of put together, but I think it would be dope if they actually allowed you to have a faction in general manager mode. I'll be honest, that might be the most far-fetched suggestion that I got on here. But in closing, I will say I love the social media feedback. I think that's dope that they have like generated comments that tell you what the fans think of the show, and if you pay attention, they'll let you know, hey, this is what you could work on. This is what we enjoy, so keep doing it, etc. But I think also you could upgrade. Definitely like the news. They don't have it right now, but they used to have it where there's a column where you can check the news. Say who had the top match, or certain feedback you would get. The Power 25, the top superstars at the time in the mode. But I think they could include who's the top merchandise sellers. You know what I mean? We hear this being talked about on TV. I think this would be freaking dope. If you could check and see who's whether he's your champion or whether he's not. That would let you know who the audience is continuing to gravitate to. You know what I mean? You can see who's selling the most merch, whether it's shirts or whatever, and allow it to be the same effect if you have a created superstar. So I feel like sometimes, you know what I mean, it's a little harder to advance a custom superstar in the general manager mode, unless you just got him set up like that, or you just get the luck of a draw and he has 5 out of 5 promo skill or something like that. Also attendance records. You know what I mean? You hear that being talked about after a successful pay-per-view. Have that be a column when you are checking the ratings, the budget, and then having a third column where you can check attendance records. Who's selling out the most tickets during PLEs and stuff like that, as they call them now, pay-per-views. I think that'd be freaking dope, man. Let me see. Do I have anything else? All right. This is. I had to get this out, man. I had to get this out. I was thinking of an episode to do, and I'm like, I couldn't think of anything else because right now, it's WrestleMania season, man. This is when everybody who really likes wrestling, even as I call them, the closet, the closet fans, this is when they come back home. You know what I mean? And start watching. Royal Rumble season, WrestleMania season. It's when everybody starts tuning back in, man. So this is the perfect time, I think, to put this video together and send it out there. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I think you guys are gonna like these ideas, man. If you do, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, go ahead and subscribe to C2C Indie Radio while you at it. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we put together another episode. And make sure, leave some comments too, man. I want to hear some feedback. I feel like y'all been quiet. You know what I mean? People been watching, and I'm very grateful, but I feel like y'all been quiet, man. So let me get some feedback. Let me know what you thought of this list. If you thought of any of these ideas as well, if you liked them, if you disliked them, I just want to hear some feedback, man. Also, make sure, possibly, most importantly, make sure you share this video. You know, even if, say, this isn't your cup of tea, share it to a nephew or a brother or, you know what I mean, a family member that you know enjoys this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Whether it's wrestling, video games, general manager mode, which is interesting because I was thinking, I was like, I searched Facebook recently last night, and I was looking on Facebook groups and stuff like that. And I was like, wait a minute, I know I'm on, there's a Facebook group called Yep, I Like Wrestling, right? So I was like, maybe they got a Facebook group for fans of the video game. You know what I mean? And they'll enjoy, you know, I could share those ideas with them also. And when I looked at the rules, there's like no promotion of your podcast or anything. I was like, all right, damn, they don't want to hear it either. All right. But fuck it, man. We sitting this junk out here. You know what I mean? We on tag WWE 2K, and hopefully they take wind of this, man. Hopefully this information got to get out. You know what I mean? But it's not going to get out if it stays in my head. You know what I mean? There's no way they're going to find out if I don't say nothing. So I hope to God somebody see this from 2K and take heed to this. I don't even need the credit. You ain't even got to tag me. Just take this information. Here, take this information and do something with it. All right? All right, people, make sure you share this video to somebody who could use a laugh. I didn't do much of that today, but I think definitely education, you know what I mean? As far as new ideas, you know what I mean? People who could please share the damn video, all right? Share it to somebody. Share it to somebody. I appreciate your time, people. I don't think this took super long. It's the end of it. I gotta let it go. I can't just keep talking for the sake of talking. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you share this, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm Mike Terry, Blacksmith 24/7, and we out.